Hey, how's it going, guys? For this water jug test, we're going to try the 12 gauge Winchester XP3 Sabot slug. And we'll be using my Mossberg 535 with a 24-inch fully rifled barrel. So this is a 3-inch shell, and according to the box, we should have a muzzle velocity of 2,000 feet per second. And just like most other Sabot slugs I've tested, this is a 50 caliber projectile that weighs just about 300 grains. So let's see what one of these XP3 Sabots will do to some water jugs. I think the slug will get stopped in jug number 5. But let's find out. And as usual, we'll be shooting from about 10 yards away. Alright, I was wrong again. We had more penetration than I guessed. What's kind of weird though is jug number 1 is completely blown in half. That's the bottom of it right there, and the top half over there. What's strange about that though is it's laying right near the impact site. Usually when jugs get blown in half like that, they fly pretty far away from the impact. So it took an enormous amount of energy to break it apart like that, but it didn't go flying very far. That's kind of weird. But there is a piece of one of the jugs right over here, which is probably part of number 1. Just a chunk of it ripped off. But anyways, that's jug 1, jug 2, jug 3, and the rest are still all on the board. So here's what happened to jug number 1. It looks like our entry hole was right there, and it just completely blew this jug apart. Here's a piece of it that I found probably about 10 yards to the left. And here's the top half that was just completely separated. So it was together like this. And it looks like our exit hole was right here. And you can see little fragment exits also, which is kind of weird because that's a mostly copper slug with a supposedly tin core. But we got 2 fragment exit holes right there. And our first jug obviously just completely annihilated. And here's jug number 2. This thing is just, I don't even know how to describe it. Completely mangled, look at that. So our entry hole must have been right around here. And this jug just broke open and is bent all weird like. That's pretty crazy. Look at the damage on this jug. And our exit hole was right here. Pretty nice looking exit hole. No fragment exits this time. And jug number 3, here's our entry hole. And it's split open on the handle here. That's a pretty impressive split. And then we got it broken open on the other side right here. And there's our exit hole. And actually right here on the ground, there's our gas seal. That's the gas seal that sits underneath the Sabot slug. It must have went through some of those jugs with the slug. And here's jug 4 still on the board. Entry hole right there. The handle split open just like jug number 3. And then this thing on the side broke open too. And there's our exit hole on jug 4. And jug number 5. Pretty similar to jug 4, just even less damage. Just one crack right here next to the handle. Not broken open like 4. And that's our entry hole. And this thing is cracked open too, just even less than 4 again. And there's our exit. And here's jug number 6. There's our entry hole. Looks like almost no damage on this jug besides the entry. And we almost got an exit. Wow, look at that. That's amazing. In all of my water jug tests, I've never seen a projectile just embedded in the back of a jug like that. That's 100% proof right there that that slug was tumbling through the jugs, because it's just embedded sideways in the back of jug number 6. That's just amazing. What an awesome find. But let's see if we can get that slug out of the back of jug 6. Wow, and there's our slug. So no wonder we saw fragment exits on our first jug. It looks like 2 of our copper petals broke off. That's probably actually not a good thing. All the other slugs I've tested have never lost a petal like that. They've all retained 100% weight. But this one, obviously the petals aren't as thick or as strong as the other ones. And yeah, it looks like we broke 3 off. There's 1, 2, and 3 missing. So half of the petals were lost in the jugs. Of course, the water jugs make a lot harder target than like a deer or some type of game you might hunt with these. So it's actually kind of hard to tell if losing those petals are a good thing or not, since it might actually be harder to expand on like a deer or some type of game. Maybe by having the thinner, weaker petals, it actually makes it easier to expand on the softer target. Oh, cool, and I just found the plastic tip too, laying right here on the ground. So there's the tip of our slug, our plastic or polymer tip that's supposed to initiate the expansion and give it a higher ballistic coefficient than if it was a hollow point. Oh, and I just noticed one more thing. Probably also about 10 yards over here to the left side and backwards a little. There's our sabot. Awesome. Looks pretty nice. I think that's how it's supposed to look. Opened up like that. And you can kind of see the rifling marks on the sides there. Awesome. So we recovered the sabot, the plastic tip, the gas seal, and the slug. Oh, and now I just found one of the petals about 4 feet to the left of the impact area. And there's another one. So there's 2 of our 3 missing petals. And here's our slug before and after the water jug test. And there's the 2 petals that we found and the plastic tip. And our slug was originally 1/2 inch in diameter. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure from the petals that are still there to see how big it actually expanded. So it went from 0.5 inches to 0.853. Now let's check the weight retention. It originally weighed 298.2 grains. And now just the projectile recovered from the back of jug 6. 265.9 grains. With both recovered petals and the plastic tip, 289.4. Just the 2 petals and the plastic tip, 23.5 grains. The plastic tip alone, 5.1 grains. And each petal, 9 grains and 9.5 grains. So each one of the petals is about 9 grains and the plastic tip 5 grains. But anyways, that's all for the Winchester XP3 Sabot Slug Water Jug Test. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you can. And also check out my Facebook page. I post short little shooting clips to my Facebook that you guys might enjoy, so make sure to check that out if you can. And if there's any other kind of videos you want to see, make sure to let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.